D2DNY Real World HVAC Simplified. And today I'm going to do a video on this Inficon D-Tek Select. It's an electronic leak detector, refrigerant leak detector. And so I have it apart right here. And I had this for about 6 years or so, maybe 7. But nonetheless, these are still very expensive. Let me show you on the internet. Yeah, so there you go. As of right now, on Amazon, $427. All right, so it's the same exact one here. Okay. So yeah, it's a when I bought it, I think I paid $500 for it. $470, somewhere in that area, yeah, $450 or $500 in the neighborhood. But what's the issue with this right now? So I have the heater. This is a part of this is a replaceable part. That's out of it. That goes right in here, in the middle here. See, that's one of the suction tubes. That's the other one over here. But the issue that I'm having with this, the problem with it, is the charging port, right? The charging port is broken, and you can see because of this, see, I'm just moving it back and forth, so it doesn't make good contact. See, it doesn't make good contact. So the battery is already, this is the battery, comes in the bottom of it. I guess you could replace this battery. You could probably find this battery online. Maybe if you go to Inficon website, you'll find the battery. But the battery goes in the bottom. There's a cap. Goes in the bottom there. This right here is the cover. Goes over here. Okay, so I have that all off, and luckily for me, I am a hobbyist as well. So I already have this thing right here with the light and magnification, so I can zoom in and stuff like that. I already have a soldering iron. This is a TS100. I got this one on Amazon for about $70. It's really good. It's small, but it's extremely effective. Yeah, so I'm a hobbyist, so I got these stuff readily, and this thing just crapped out on me, so I wasn't able to use it because the battery doesn't hold charge. 6 years old, 7 years old, it ain't going to hold the charge anymore. All right. Also, I had misplaced the adapter, but any 12 volts DC adapter can do, so long as the plug matches. All right, so I'm currently using this one here, right? And as you see, that's 12 volts DC, 1 amp. The one that came with it is actually right here. It says what's one of the zoom here? Okay, here I think that's better. It's actually 500 milliamps, which is, that's fine if you use 1 amp, so long as the voltage is correct. All right, so long as the voltage is correct, you're good to go. And you can see right here we got 12 volts, 1 amp, so it's fine. It's just that it has more charging, and this thing can handle more load, so you'll be fine. Okay, now the good thing about this here is that if you see this component right here, this component, that component right there, That is a bridge rectifier. That is a bridge rectifier. This component right here is a bridge rectifier. And so if you got an adapter that the polarity is incorrect, you see how right now in this particular one the positive is in the middle and the shell is the negative. So out here is a negative and in here is going to be positive. So if you could put your meter on DC while this is plugged in, and you got one test lead over here and one test lead in the middle, you put the red in the middle, black out here, you'll get positive DC. And if you turn it around, it will show you a negative sign. So it doesn't matter with this. Some electronics, you know, if you put something that's not polarity sensitive or the wrong polarity, you could ruin it. Again, this is a close-up view of what's going on here. This thing is broken. It's broken. So let me show you what I'm going to do. Let me prep everything. I'm going to use this glue right here, crazy glue, nothing crazy. I'm going to use that to just get this piece glued back down on the circuit board. So I'm just going to get some crazy glue under the bottom of that, so this black piece right here will sit sturdy down back on this green circuit board. And then I'm going to solder, perhaps I'm going to solder a piece of wire from here and just put it right here on the diode or the rectifier. Just from right here, make a connection, because this is where it's broken. So as opposed to trying to get it to secure back here, so I'm going to leave it, just put a wire here, put it over here. You can see the connection here. If you have the same device and you're able, just do the repairs, you know, because it's going to be a lot cheaper. Like I said, this thing is still expensive. All right, so let me get my tester and I'm going to plug it in and do a quick little test so you can see, you know, what I'm talking about as far as the power is concerned. Okay, so now I have this thing plugged in. As you can see, the adapter is plugged in. Got the adapter plugged in down there, and so you see there's flashing lights, right? I guess it's doing that because the sensor, this is a sensor which you could replace. This is the heater, and you can see like there's a two holes, one on each end, and this goes in here like that, right in the middle here. And you see there's two corresponding holes, those blue holes where the white piece goes into, and then the prongs goes into the board, top there and in the bottom there. This part is something that you can actually replace. It's a replaceable item. I guess there's a lifespan to it. A certain amount of run hours it burns out. You have to replace that. But this is still good. I hadn't have to replace it. If I was able to, I'm able to hold this connection right here. You see, so now it went off. This is no longer making contacts. See? So if I do like that, it's off. And if I bring it back down, see, now it's working again. That was what was happening, and because the battery doesn't hold the charger anymore, I wasn't able to use this thing. But today I'm going to change that. So stay tuned for the finished product. Again, if you have this device here, no need to throw it out. You get your hands on a simple soldering iron and some crazy glue. You could fix it. This is a $450 tool. Okay, stay tuned. So I got my soldering iron warming up. Increase the temperature. It's a pretty cool soldering iron. So it goes up to the maximum 450C. And you can see the tip temperature rising up. I love this soldering iron, but I don't need it to be that hot for what I'm doing here, so I'm gonna bring it back down to about 290C. That's good enough. So I'm gonna tin these wires here. Get the solder in them prepped. This is the wire that I'm gonna use for. Use this wire for the shunt or for the bridge to go in between, you know, to replace the broken strip on the board. Okay, so my wires are tint, and my wire is tinted. You can see the edge of the wire. I already have solder on it. Soldering iron is stowed away. By the way, this holder, I bought it separate. It doesn't come together with the soldering iron. With the soldering iron, all you get. So you see that the tip is 291. It's almost precisely where I said it. What you get with the soldering iron is just this adapter it plugs in with, and this, you can hook it up. There's a USB port on it. Let me flip my light on. This is a USB port up top right here. A micro USB port you could plug into your computer. There's a software for it. You can upgrade the firmware and do stuff like that. You can customize the boot logo when it boots up. You can search this on YouTube. There's several videos on it, you know, with guys giving tutorial, but that's not what this video is about. So now I'm about to go in, and I said this strip, the broken strip right here, that strip right here is broken, so I'm going to attach the wire to bypass it up to the base of the diode. Now this diode, like I said, this is a bridge rectifier, and what this does, if you misplace your adapter that came with the leak detector, you can use whatever 12-volt detector you can find, and if the polarity is incorrect because of this device right here, it will be fine. You don't have to worry about the center port being positive and the outer port being negative, or vice versa. If the polarity is not the same as the original adapter that came with this, it's fine. You can go ahead and use it so long as it's 12 volts. And if it's 12 volts and if the port fits, you can go ahead and use it. Alright, so let me go ahead and do the soldering. Stay tuned for that. Okay, so I got the wire shunt in place. This wire, the insulation, this is just a regular 18 gauge thermostat wire. So the insulation is thin. So the heat from the solder, you know, makes the insulation melted a little bit, as you could see, but it's in place. You know, I got that broken strip on the board bypassed right there, right here. So the wire is bypassing straight over to the bottom of the connector. Okay, and that is in there solid. That ain't going anywhere. Can't move. See? It's on there. Solid. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in the sensor. Reinstall the sensor, and this has to be installed with the arrow facing the top. So the arrow faces the top of the unit. Okay, and there's an arrow right there that faces the top of the unit. So let me pop that in, pop it back in, and then we go for some testing. Okay, so it's back in place. The sensor is back in place, or the heater. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this back in right here. Boom, I am in, and as you can see, I'm alive. I don't know why I'm getting these flashes, or these weird flashes. I'm thinking because the battery is not in it. I'm gonna go and reinstall the battery. It's just weird, and I never seen it do this. Yeah. Okay, let me go ahead and put the battery back in it. Okay, so apparently, if the battery is not installed, so the battery is back in and plugged in. And if the battery is not installed, it does that weird flashing. See, now we're getting the charge indicator flashing, or the charging indicator. Right, and it's not giving me those real flashes. Now I can, jiggle on this wire. If you remember before, when I jiggle on the wire, I lose connection. So yeah, so once the connection is solid, if I shake on this thing, nothing moves. The glue hold it in place. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now let me go ahead and turn it on. It's going to warm up. It's going to start to beep. I'm going to get some refrigerant, some testing. Alright, so there we go. Back together in one piece. It's on. Ready to scan. Ready to scan for your refrigerant leak. I'm currently in low mode. And if you want to remove the access to battery compartment, you will squeeze this one right here, and this one right here on the other side simultaneously.